Hey guys, today I just wanted to make a video of my famous home fries that my friends and family like. Um, they're fairly simple, but slow cooked, time consuming. So as you see here, I took some fresh garlic and I'm putting them in some virgin olive oil and stirring them up just to saute them. And while that's happening, I'm going to chop up some fresh onions and fresh potatoes. Um, you try to keep them anywhere from, the onions could be chopped small, but the potatoes, I try to keep them at least a half-inch in size, quarter-inch at the smallest. Um, so I know it gets boring, so I'll speed up the chopping process. I try to run at about a medium heat. Everything in virgin olive oil. Keep stirring every time I put some in, just to get a little bit of the oil soaked in, because as it slow cooks, I'm going to cover it like a little Dutch oven, and it'll keep the moisture in until probably the last 5 minutes or so, and just get it to dry out. That'll give the crispness of the home fries. And also I'll just be slapping together some sunny side eggs today, sausage, a little toast, just your basic breakfast. But as the home fries go, just to show you the ingredients. Also filming this for myself because I'm getting old and eventually I'll forget, and everybody kinds of likes them, so I can try to keep them the same. It's just all about the spices, I guess. I don't know if anybody does it the same, but this is my way. And it's also best if they're slow cooked. So crack it down to about medium heat now. What I'm going to do is start adding a little bit of the spices. Stir it until you get all the spices in, and then basically it's just let it sit and cook, and stir it every now and then, just to keep it from burning. The first thing here is, of course, just your black pepper. What I do is just cover the surface, get enough covering the surface there. And the next one is going to be, of course, your salt. And like every other cook in the world, just a little dash there. Seems like a lot, but it burns off. They're not very salty. Of course, I like the Goyo adobe. It's another type of sauce, but it has some other seasonings in it. Just adds a little kick to it. And of course, I'll bring out, this is the Cajun spicy seasoning. So like I do, I'm just covering the surface, depending on the size, potatoes or whatever, same idea, just cover them. And of course we have, this is just Italian seasoning that you would put in spaghetti, so I just kind of like the texture in it to add on with all the other seasonings. And of course the garlic I'm not going to use because I use fresh garlic, but if you're not using fresh garlic, you can use that. And of course, red Spanish paprika. This also gives the home fries their color. There's a taste to it, but it adds to its color. And like I'm covering the surface, and if I don't like the color, I'll just add a little bit more. You can add as much as you want. The more you add, the darker they get. Pretty much raw, they look like they're cooked already, but they're not. Don't be fooled. They're still hard and crunchy right out of the fridge. Like I said, get everything stirred in, and I'm kind of checking it out. And if I don't like the color, I'll add a little more just to give it a darker color.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing. What are you up to?
And if they start to get a little dry, you notice it's getting dry, just drizzle, a tablespoon or so
Alright, that's cool.
of virgin oil on top again. What that's doing is it's making all the spices bind to the potatoes and onions.
Hello?
And I just don't like the color, so I'm just going to go with a little bit more paprika. And like I said, the more you put, the darker it gets, but you don't want too much because the taste will just pound out past everything else. And I'll just stir that up. What's going to happen once I'm happy with the way it looks and the right amount of spices, I just take one of those, like if you're frying burgers, they have a screen. I mean, it works for almost anything you're frying, so you don't get grease spatter. You'll see that in a moment. And what I do is I cover the pot. Now you're saying to yourself, wow, that can breathe. It's not really like a Dutch oven, but Um, what I do is put the screen on, and then over the screen I just put pot holders, and the pot holders will hold the heat in like insulation. And now it's just sit and wait. It's on medium-high heat, and every once in a while you come back to it. You can notice the timer at the bottom of the screen there on my video camera, but so I don't really have to tell you the time. But what's happening is every now and then I open it up, check it out, and stir it up some more, and you should notice it's starting to get a little bit darker. The paprika's starting to cook right in. So I mean, checking out everything else I need to do here. The sausage have been slow cooking while I've been waiting, just sitting on that flat skillet, and they're getting a little close here. You can notice sometimes they start to fall apart, just like a potato's cooked. They get soft, and they'll start to fall apart. But here again, just stirring it up every once in a while, making sure that the olive oil's staying on there, and you know, the moisture, and that's why I'm covering it up. But like I said, the last 5 minutes or so, you really want to take that off and get the moisture out of there. It'll burn off and makes it a little crispy. I'm going to start going into high speed here, stirring it for the last time. And then I said, okay, let's just keep the top off for now. So now you got your last 5 minutes or so. Let's start getting with the toast, and the sausage have been slow cooking anyways. Hey, drizzle a little bit of syrup on them sausage if you want, just to give that added taste. And today we're liking up the sunny sides, and of course there's 2 sunny sides, and of course one for my pug. My pug every Saturday morning, he just waits there by the stove waiting for his egg. I crack it up for him so there's no yellow. But he doesn't get sunny side, he'll get it fully cooked. But as everything's going, just keep watching. If you notice, the olive oil starting to disappear out of the home fries, starting to dry up, so it gives a little crispiness to the home fries. Just gonna try to flip the eggs here. Had a oops with the toaster there, had it on the wrong setting. So now I'm gonna break up Frank's egg. So it's just the 3 of us this morning. Just on a weekend, Frank gets 1 egg. He patiently sits barking by the stove. So, like I said, when everything's ready, a couple of scoops of the home fries, 1 each of the sausage, and an egg. Throw the toast on the side. Second plate, a couple of scoops of home fries. That leaves some left over for lunch or supper. We'll use them up, put them in the fridge. And Frankie's eggs is done. Move the home fries off the heat. That's Frankie's egg. And there you go, good old-fashioned American breakfast, and it tastes good.